Okay, we'll call this November 3rd meeting of the Commissioners to order. We'll start with the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Coach.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of community. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sunderland is under the weather today, so I will be seconding motions if Commissioner Kodish would be making those motions. Let's turn to the approval of the minutes from October 20th. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the bills. Start with accounts payable. Accounts payable total $889,408.81. Our payroll account is $417,149.16. With the 911 account, bills total $91,734.22. One check in the LEPC account for $55.78. Two checks in liquid fuels for $21,227.40. Four checks in CDBG account for $23,777.40. And finally, Liquid Fuels Act 89 account for $50.87. Is there a motion to approve the bill?
So moved.
I will second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. Treasurer's report.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the treasurer's report from October 19th through November 1st, 2022. We had a general account starting balance of $6,275,958.72. Total deposits of $674,112.34. Treasurer's office agrees with the reading of the bills by Commissioner Postal. Our ending balance in general is $5,643,513.09. Various other account balances include liquid fuels with a balance of $282,092.40. Act 89 with a balance of $463,935.14. 911 telephone account, $785,882.07. LEPC, $25,723.95. Local use fund is a balance of $479,833.08. And capital reserve is the last with a balance of $8,823,165.01.
Thank you. Is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
So moved.
I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meetings and events. I gave my list to the clerk for inclusion in the minutes. I just do want to point out that the commissioners are still looking for nominations for the Consumer Advisory Board, which is part of the MHMR joiner, and also the Cedar Natural Gas Co-op. So if anybody is interested in mental health, that would be the Consumer Advisory Board, and energy policy would be Cedar Natural Gas. Commissioner Kodish.
Thank you. I provided my list of meetings to the chief clerk as well, and I'd like to welcome Zeta Fry and Ellen Knepp from MCTV here today. Thank you for filming.
Thank you. Public comment. I know there are some questions relating to the election, and on the agenda we have the Director of Elections to update us as the next agenda item, but is there any comment, public comment? We can withhold the questions until after her presentation. Public comment. Hearing none, let's go on to new business, and Director of Elections, Paula Mifflin, give us a status of what's going on with the upcoming election.
Morning, thank you. Currently, we have mailed out all the applications that were processed.
Recording in progress.
2 of the applications were not verified. We did not get information for them. So currently, we mailed out 2,926 application ballots, and we received back 2,300. Of course, election's coming up real shortly. We're having, the office will be open from 7 o'clock on election day till 8 o'clock that night for any ballots to come in. Any mail-ins or absentees can still be dropped off at the office. Encourage everyone to come out and vote. Polls will be open also from 7 a.m. till 8 p.m.
And we could only accept ballots until 8 p.m. on election day.
Correct. And all ballots must be signed and dated. Please keep that in mind. We have a few back that did not have dates, so encourage everybody to double check that.
And we are not contacting anyone that did not sign or date their ballot. If they're missing one thing, they're just segregated out, they won't be counted, and we're not calling them to tell them that something's missing.
And please follow the instructions. The instructions are in there. If anyone decides they don't want to do a mail-in ballot, more than welcome to go to the polls. Make sure you take all your information that you received as far as mail-in or absentee to the polls, and you can sign a paper to surrender everything. Has to have 5 pieces of paper. You have to have the white inside envelope, the yellow inside envelope, the white outside envelope, the instructions, and the ballot. Then that ballot will get spoiled, and you will be sign a paper to surrender your ballot. Go through the line as a walk-in voter. Otherwise, if you don't bring everything, you have to do a provisional ballot, and there's a lot more paperwork to go with that.
Also, I guess we should encourage people, if they do intend to submit a ballot, that they should drop it off downstairs or bring it to the office. Putting it in the mail today, you know, it's risky if that doesn't get to us by 8 o'clock on Tuesday.
Yes, and we had a cutoff of November 1st for our mail-in ballots and absentee ballots, so we did get a few absentee mail-in applications yesterday, but we cannot process them.
Now, any questions from anybody? Yes, sir. Can you please, for the minutes, can you please state your name?
Yes, Frank George. Okay, I thought the training, Friday training, they had them up the machines. So I've got the machines very impressed me a lot, right? But I've got that, I didn't think about this question after that. We're making ballots. We're making a ballot that has no number on it. And there's no control of that. We're taking these papers, putting in the machine, it makes a ballot. I mean, there's nothing controlling that. I mean, how do we get in my mind about that? It's also generating a barcode the machine has to read. And the barcode is not, trust me, I worked at Empire, and they put machines in down there. I constantly replace some print heads on them. One little streak, one little part burns out, the code doesn't show up. That's the question I had too, but that happens at the election site.
Okay, I think there are two things.
Two things, yes.
you had mentioned. One is the example ballots, I guess, that were on the machine. The other one is when the machine kicks out a ballot, what happens to it?
What at the test site, when we do our LNA testing, we segregate those ballots. They get put in a box and stored away
Well, I understand
before
that.
election.
I understand, but we're gonna take the ballot, you take those papers, you put them in the machine, makes a ballot rate, you're making a ballot for elections also at the place. They're not counted for, are they?
They are not accounted for. At the place on election day, yes, we give them 25 slips of paper for the express votes. And
Okay,
they get tallied in their numbers.
okay, I missed that part, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. That answered the question? Juanita, did you have a
Yes.
question?
Yes, I have a question. The ballot drop box out front here, I understand there's a camera on that box, is that correct? Is someone watching that all the time? Is that recorded?
The cameras are recorded and held. I can't tell you right now how long that is kept
I can.
on.
So I'm physical plant director for the county. So there's a camera on that all the time, and if you would walk behind where the security guards are at, the camera is up on their screen.
Okay.
So it is right on the lobby, shining right on the box.
So is it recorded or are
It
they
is
watching
recorded.
it 20?
It's recorded.
Okay.
And it's only available when the courthouse is open. This is not
Correct.
24/7.
Okay,
Correct.
that's what I know, it's locked in.
Yeah, Dropbox is only available in the courthouse. So.
Okay. So that means election day, if we close at 5 o'clock, at 6 o'clock,
No, election
No,
day will
election
be
day.
here till 8.
go from 8, okay, go from 8 then, okay.
And we'll have to check that after.
Someone from our office will go at 8 o'clock and grab it, that'll be all.
All right, yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions for our Director of Elections?
I do have one.
Sure, go ahead.
Maybe it's one or two questions. So I understand, yesterday I spent the day reading the election code. Thank you for what you do. That was mind-numbing. But I understand that we can have a representative come at the pre-canvassing and the canvassing of ballots. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have an idea of when that is and where that is, that we can send somebody in?
Starts at 7 a.m. on Tuesday.
We will start pre-canvassing at 7 a.m. in this
this room.
room.
In this room?
So there will be chairs available. We will have tables set up. Yes.
How many people can we have? How many people can be in there?
It's the same as poll watcher, basically. It's one per party and one per candidate
Okay. Thank you.
at a time. Like, we can sign up 3. But normally, the opening of the ballots is done by, I say, noon. And we run them through the machine at that same time when we open them by precinct. So that it'll all be set up in here.
So in other words, we can have 3 people, as long as you're aware that of the 3 persons that are coming, they can come in and out throughout the day. Is that correct?
Yes.
Until ballots are completely counted. Ballots you're not finishing the count until they're all done, right? There's no breaks.
Correct. On that, then we'll run again at 8 o'clock when the last of the ballots are brought in from the
Right.
box downstairs.
Okay, thank you.
We also have 43 poll watchers at each not at each polling place, but 43 total poll watchers that I'm verifying at this time.
Yes, sir.
Christopher Simone, question for the lady. During the time that the drop box has been down, do you empty that every day, or?
Every day and sometimes twice a day.
Okay,
Getting closer to the election, we'll do twice a day.
okay. To the gentleman for the physical plant, what is the retention period for the camera recordings on that?
Typically, if we have full capacity, it's 30 days.
So there's no special arrangements to preserve and keep that any longer?
That goes to the 911 center. I don't know exactly. Phil Lucas, the public safety guy, could probably answer that question better, but I can tell you that it's at least 30 days.
other questions for Ms. Hoffman? Thank you. And thank you for your interest. Our interest is to have a free, fair, and transparent election.
I'd like to add the word secure.
And thank you, secure election. If there is anything else, we'll continue with our agenda. Because for exoneration of 2022 county portion per capita taxes, Menlo Township has 2. The motion.
So,
I will second. All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Any opposed? There's an extension of the contract with Zelenkovsky Axelrod of Harrisburg to perform the single audit for years ending 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2026. This is a 4-year contract. Next year it'll be $62,188. 2024 will be $64,050. 2025 will be $65,970. And in 2026, it'll be $67,950. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Contract renewal, the Geisinger Health Plan for employee group health coverage for the period January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. We have a request for Act 152 funds from Lewistown Borough to demolish a structure on Ridge Road. This is part of our blight remediation program. Doug Marks, explain this to us, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. What this request is for, the Act 152 program is a program that comes off of funds are generated through a fee on the mortgage recording in the registered recorder's office for any deeds that are recorded there. Those funds go into a fund called the Act 152, and they can be used for the demolition of dilapidated structures. This request is from Lewistown Borough. It is for a project, a house on 22 Ridge Road, which has been condemned by the borough and has been vacant for many years. It is an attached structure to another home. And so basically what they're doing, the borough has purchased this home, I believe, from the repository in the past, and they would like to demolish it and to make a safe site. They are requesting $23,557.50 in Act 152 money, and the borough will be putting in $43,310. And what this will do is, since this is attached to an adjacent property, the borough will be building a wall to close off the existing house, so to make it a weather-tight structure. So this will be a level site. Basement will be knocked in and filled in, and then
The purpose of Act 152 is to address blight, and we have gotten and awarded agreements with Lewistown Borough and who else, do you recall?
Perry Township and Granbury Township.
And I believe this would be either the 6th or the 7th project that we've had. Do you remember? 8th. 8th. Okay, this is the 8th blight remediation project coming through Act 152 program, which we instituted about 3 years ago. Is that it?
Yes.
Need a motion to approve the funds from Act 152.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Thanks, Doug. On the agenda, application of county aid for 2022 liquid fuels allocation. Oliver Township, $3,176. Wayne Township, $4,931. Motion to approve.
So moved.
I will second the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have the reappointment to the Mifflin County Conservation District. We have two reappointments, David Glick, who would be appointed as the Farmer Director for a 4-year term, and Mark Sunderland, Commissioner Member for a 1-year term. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a 3-year agreement with Berkshire Systems Group of Reading for fire alarms, sprinkler tests, and inspections. Lonnie Griffith, what is it?
Okay, this is a renewal, 3-year agreement for Berkshire System, and that's for the 4 county buildings. This is a requirement by law to have these done twice a year. One is a test is a simple visual test, and one is an actual test of all of the fire alarms, pull stations, and annunciators. And like I said, the agreement is for 2023, 2024, and 2025.
And the 4 buildings are the Annex, Courthouse, the Mifflin County Library, and the Historic Courthouse.
Correct.
2022 totals $3,512. Next year will be $3,686, and in the final year it will be $3,871. Thank you. Motion to approve? I will second the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a request for Act 13 funds for monument repair at the Old Town Cemetery for $4,250. You may have seen this in the newspaper. This was for work at the cemetery on Brown Street that the county owns and maintains, where Dorcas Buchanan's grave is. Mark, do you want to say anything about this Act 13 funds that we have?
Sure. So the County Act 13 funds are made available by Act 13, as the name indicates, which was the specific provision of that is the legacy funds, which are carved out to preserve open space and recreation throughout the county. And knowing that this is a very important open space site in the county, with many people, there's even a committee that actually has been committed to moving this particular project forward. Wants to see these sites preserved so that future generations can enjoy that.
Great, thank you. Again, it's for $4,250. Motion to approve?
So moved.
I will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Purchase of service agreements, if needed, by children and youth. Call.
The first one is for Reload Collaborative Counseling in Lewistown, for them to provide counseling services for parents and children that the agency work with, and the rate is $60 an hour. And the other contract is for Diversified Treatment Alternative Centers. They work mostly with kids on probation that are delinquent, but we've used them too for dependent children, for behavioral health treatment. The lowest rate is $23.18 per day, and the highest rate is $310 per day.
Is Reload the first time, or did we have the?
I believe it's a new counseling place, so this is the first time that we've
Okay.
contracted with them.
Any questions? A motion to approve?
So moved.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Personnel items. Hiring a part-time 911 telecommunicator, Greg Stodel, effective October 24th. Transfer of Lisa Harris from 911 data analyst to tax claim clerk, effective October 31st. Promotion of Mackenzie Roush from part-time corrections officer, full-time corrections officer, effective October 30th. Resignation of law clerk Elizabeth Vanier, effective November 4th. Resignation of children and youth caseworker Allison Hess, effective November 4th. Resignation of children and youth caseworker 3, Tana Wirt, effective November 11th. Hiring of part-time correction officers Trenton Kaufman, Halima Mack, and Tracy Selzy, effective November 14th. A motion to approve these personnel items.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Completed our agenda. Meeting is adjourned.